Hi, and welcome to our Wednesday night home group. This is the fourth session for the month of April, and we're going to complete our study on Jesus's I am statements in the book of John. And I'm not going to call it the best, but it's one of the most powerful, most well-known ones. Most people have heard this one before if they've never heard any of the others. And it's John 14:6. I am the way, the truth, the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. And so this statement really tells us a lot. It guards us from deception, and it draws a line in the sand. If you are a believer, then this is your bedrock. This is your absolute truth. Unbelievers don't like that there may be just one way to God. They like to think that there are many ways to God and that they can choose for themselves what truth they want to believe, that truth is subjective, that they can have it any way they want it based on how they feel about themselves, how they feel about others. Any of those kinds of things. But this statement that Jesus made, I am the way, the truth, the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. It makes it clear that there are no other ways. There are not multiple ways to God. There's only Jesus. And as believers, we are entrusted with that truth to live it out in our own lives, but also to make sure that other people know that and have the opportunity to believe in Jesus Christ. Now, I want to talk just a minute about the three different statements there, the way, the truth, the life. Jesus is saying that he is the only way that anyone can be reconciled to the Father. He's the only one. The Apostle Paul said in Galatians 2:21 that if obedience to the law brings righteousness, then Christ died in vain. So if there were any other way, if there were multiple ways and Jesus was just one way, well, let's just say, let's do those other ways, and Jesus wouldn't have had to die on the cross for our sins. So if there was any other way, then Jesus's death on the cross would have been in vain. It would have been worthless. And so we know that it wasn't. So therefore, since he had to go through with that, and he did that, we know then that has to be the only way, because why would anyone go through that if it were not the only way to reconcile a sinful, fallen man to a holy and righteous God? Okay, the truth, I want to just say that Jesus embodies truth. Knowing Jesus is essential for being able to know the truth about yourself and about God. And the only way to know the real truth about yourself and the real truth about God is to know Jesus. He is the revealer of those truths to our personal lives, to our identity, who we really are. We have all kinds of lies and deception that are working in our lives until we come to know Jesus and we know his truth and the truth of his word. And we'll talk a little more about that in the discussion time. The third one is the life. All other I am statements are covered an element of earthly life. And so let's just review those real quick. The door. So that shows us the way to go in our life. The shepherd is the one who watches over us. We all need someone watching over us, protecting us, covering us. The light is the illumination of our way. The bread is the sustainer of our life. The true vine is the life source. And the resurrection in life, he's the one who raised us from the dead and who gives us life in himself. So I've really enjoyed looking at all of these statements. Any one of them, we could go and have a full message on any of them. They're all so good and so rich. But as we close and as you have your discussion tonight, let me leave you with a few directions. Go and read John 8:31 through 36 and discuss who is the Word, who is the person of the Word, and then who is the person of truth. And is someone set free by knowing factual information or by knowing the person of truth, Jesus? And how should one view their circumstances in light of Jesus being truth? And then, how has Jesus' I am statements equipped you to recognize deception and lies in our culture? Have they strengthened your faith? And which one, if you could choose, would be the one that means the most to you during this season of your life? All right, I'll see you the next time, and I hope you have a great and wonderful time of discussion and prayer.